Boom, 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 boom. Right on.
From what Mr. Swanson told me his perspective was, people are gonna die. What difference does it make whether they die when they're 77 or whether he shoots them? It's just not a big deal. He could not understand why everybody was getting so upset about this whole situation.
Cold-blooded murder, young man. And your counsel wants us to believe that you lack the capacity, that you were insane. And I don't buy into that. You are dangerous, you are unpredictable, and there is no place for you in an open, law-abiding society.
22-year-old Stephen Roby, who made the judge angry with his cocky behavior. The judge addressed him directly.
This is one of the most egregious cases I've ever had. When you shoot and murder your mother, the woman that brought you into this world, and your sister.
Keep watching the video to see the remorseless teen killers who stunned the courtroom with their cruel behavior. Subscribe to see new videos of this exciting courtroom show. 17-year-old Michael Swanson shot 2 innocent shop employees just for fun. He stole his mother's Jeep in November of 2010. Then he went to a gas station in northern Iowa. He made a robbery attempt there. At one point, he shot Sheila Myers and Vicki Bowman Hall. Immediately after shooting, Swanson was arrested for robbery and murder charges. Police found a ski mask and the gun he used to murder in his Jeep. In the investigation interview, he revealed the details of his evil action.
And where did you shoot?
On the body?
Yeah.
In the face.
In the face? Okay. Right in the face. Did you do that on purpose?
It just seems like it's final.
It was final. So after you shot her, did you see how she fell?
I think she said something when I shot her. Like, I don't know, like, on her feet, made, some noise. And she just fell down. She just kind of fell on the ground. And I walked out, walked to the car.
Okay. You said that she made some type of noise. What type of noise did she make?
It sounded like kind of like a half scream, half gasp.
Okay.
When he described the brutal incident, he was smiling. He said he felt good when he did that. He felt powerful. His lawyer said in court that he was mentally ill due to having a disturbing childhood.
You cannot hold him legally responsible for a condition he's born with, and that's exactly what happened.
Doctor said later he confessed that he intentionally shot her to kill.
He had been, quotes, planning something to this degree, including killing people. Continuing the quote, he said, "I have always been fascinated by death and violence, and it was something that I wanted to do, murder, rape, and cannibalism." From what Mr. Swanson told me his perspective was, people are going to die. What difference does it make whether they die when they're 77 or whether he shoots them? It's just not a big deal. He could not understand why everybody was getting so upset about this whole situation.
A victim's daughter was crying when she delivered her words to her mother's killer before sentencing.
How could you do what you did to my mom and my family? I want to know if you're even sorry. Are you sorry for what you did? My mom was not only completely 100% innocent, but she was also a defenseless woman when you came in with that gun. You said you did it for cigarettes and money and so no one could identify you, but I think that's a lie. You did it, as you later said on, that it was so you could feel powerful. How could killing a defenseless woman and an outright execution be powerful or fair? My mom did nothing to you.
Then the judge directly addressed Swanson.
Cold-blooded murder, young man. And your counsel wants us to believe that you lack the capacity, that you were insane. And I don't buy into that. You are dangerous, you are unpredictable, and there is no place for you in an open, law-abiding society.
Swanson was sentenced to 2 lifetimes in prison for murdering Sheila Myers and Vicki Bowman Hall. Swanson was a cold-blooded murderer. He didn't have any regret for his actions. What about TJ Lane? 17-year-old Lane opened fire at his Chardon High School in Ohio on February 27, 2012. He started shooting in the cafeteria. Then the assistant football coach, Frank Hall, chased him outside the school. By that time, several 911 calls had been made by the students. Police arrived soon and arrested TJ Lane outside of the school. school. All the victims were his classmates. 17-year-old Nick Walzak got permanently paralyzed. His other classmates said he had abnormal behaviors. He kept himself away from others. The report said Lane was the victim of family violence. His father was also in prison previously on assault charges. His mother didn't always stay home. Primarily, he pleaded not guilty on the grounds of insanity, but over time, it revealed that he was competent for trial. During sentencing, he never showed any remorse to the victims' families. Rather, he was showing disrespectful gestures towards them. At one point, he unbuttoned his shirt to reveal that he was wearing a white t-shirt with the word "killer" written on it. TJ Lane was sentenced to life in prison without any chance of parole for murdering his classmates. TJ Lane's cruel behavior shocked everyone in the courtroom. What would you say about Stephen Roby? 22-year-old Stephen Roby was convicted of double murder in Michigan. Police said Roby shot and killed his 11-year-old sister, Charlia King, and his mother, Lee King, at their home in Saginaw. Roby was arrested for premeditated murder, but he said no evidence that he killed his sister and mother. However, Charlia's one friend testified in court that Roby threatened to kill the victims just days before the shooting. Finally, he was found guilty. Roby's grandmother addressed him at the court.
But in spite of his terrible crime, his mother would still want him to receive the mental health treatment that he so adamantly rejected in the past.
Before sentencing, Roby got a chance to apologize, but he started an argument with the judge.
And I feel as though that most of my emotions didn't get past because you were distracted.
Well, that is totally untrue.
Well, when she was on the stand, your phone kept going off a couple of times, and you kept asking her, was it her phone? When I came into the courtroom, I seen you on the phone.
Not while the court was in session.
Okay, but your phone was still going off and you were still distracted by the phone.
No, that is untrue.
Roby said he wanted to trial for the mistrial, but the judge denied his plea. Then the judge addressed the sentence to Roby and immediately instructed the officers to get him out of the courtroom.
This is one of the most egregious cases I've ever had. When you shoot and murder your mother,
Don't worry about what I
the woman that brought you into this world, and your sister. And you're going to spend the rest of your natural life in prison. Hopefully someday you'll think about that. Get him out of here. I'm done.
Roby was sentenced to life in prison without any possibility of parole. Now, the case of Dana Wright. You will be speechless to see his heartless behavior. Dana Wright was facing murder and robbery charges in Michigan. 17-year-old Wright shot and killed an 18-year-old high school football athlete, Jordan Cayley, when Wright attempted a robbery in Ann Arbor. Later, he admitted he shot and killed Jordan Cayley in October 2016, where Wright and his two other friends tried to rob Clee, and then he shot Clee in the back of the head and killed him. His two friends were Jamarius Ellison, 19, and Delrano Gracie, 18. Both received 40 years in prison. During sentencing, Wright was smiling and didn't feel remorse for his behavior. Wright said,
"I just want to tell y'all, I'll be home soon. R.I.P. Keon, I love my family."
The judge asked him, "That's all you gotta say?" Wright said, "Yes." Dana Wright was sentenced to 52 years in prison for murdering 18-year-old Jordan Clee. Dylan Roof was a racist. Let's see how brutal his plan was. Dylan Roof was facing mass murder charges in South Carolina. 21-year-old Roof entered the Mother Emanuel Church in Charleston on June 17, 2015. Black parishioners were in a Bible study meeting there. Witnesses said Roof joined the prayer group and was sitting there for nearly an hour before opening fire at them. After that, he fled the scene with the gun in hand. Police arrived soon. 8 churchgoers died after the shooting, and many were injured. 1 died on the way to the hospital. A day later, Roof was arrested in Shelby, North Carolina, around 245 miles away from the church shooting. During the investigation, Roof was laughing when he described the gruesome incident.
I had to do it because somebody had to do something. Because, you know, black people are killing white people every day on the streets. And they rape white women, 100 white women a day.
Investigation found that he was planning the attack for nearly 6 months, and he did target practice with the weapon too. Finally, Roof was sentenced to death for the murders of 9 black parishioners, Jesus Ayala and Jameer Keys, whose cruelty has exceeded its limits. In August 2023, 17-year-old Ayala and 16-year-old Keys killed people just to have fun in Las Vegas. First, they stole a car. When they were driving, they hit a 72-year-old bike rider. They filmed themselves. The moment they hit the bike, they were sickeningly rejoicing. The old man survived and called 911. He said, "They hit me on purpose. I saw in my bike's rearview mirror." After that, they chased and clashed with a car. Finally, the dangerous duo hit 64-year-old Andreas Probst from the back. He was on his bicycle, They killed the old man for fun. The man was a retired police chief. After that incident, the teenagers abandoned the car. They were arrested a month later. They were showing disrespectful gestures in the courtroom. They were laughing and making jokes during the proceedings. The procedure of the case is underway. Isn't it heartbreaking to see this troubling behavior among teenagers? How sadly they harm themselves and others at the same time. What do you think? How can we help them develop positive values within themselves? You can share your feelings by commenting. Your comments matter to us. Don't forget to let us know how you liked the video. Subscribe to watch the next video.